Hello everybody, this is Martin here with round 2 of my daily with Ad Nauseam Tendrils. So I won the die roll at this point in time. Obviously didn't know what I was up against. Turns out it was another Miracles deck. So let's see here. This is a fine keep. Just the basic island, but a lot of cantrips and Lotus Petal for black mana source. So here I have the option of just going island go and keep a Brainstorm to protect my hand against the discard spell, but I think like I have redundancy in the ritual effects. I just think I want to go pondering, just so lead on ponder, get somewhere. And we find a tutor and a petal, so this is a fine keep. With the ponder, don't want to draw the tutor in case we get it discarded, so want that for next turn. Draw the petal. And my opponent leads on island into top. So again, same as the first guy. I imagine this is Miracles. Draw my tutor. Go with Brainstorm to potentially be able to get Hellbent. And this is great because we can put back the two ponders. Let's storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is just, we have the option of basically just going all the way with this hand if he doesn't have force. So it's basically force or bust for him, and I like just going for it here. I think the odds are in our favor. So I'm back with the two ponders, and we just go for the rituals, and here we can use the Infernal Tutor to get like another Cabal Ritual, and we'll be able to be hellbent that way. So do that. And cast the Grim Tutor. And I think this is where he forces. He draws, I think it's like the draw of desperation with top, hoping to find the force. He doesn't, and he just concedes. So that was a really quick game one. Guess not that much to say. I think this is like you wanna basically be asking questions of them. Do you have the force in a case like this? I think if he had an open mana, like if this had been one turn further down the road, then it's a completely different prospect. But things being what they are, I think that was a fine choice. Okay, so for game 2, my sideboard strategy was the same as in round 1. Board out the 2 petals, 3 duress, a past in flames, a ponder, and a Cabal Ritual, and bring in 3 Abrupt Decay, 2 Xantid Swarm, 2 City of Solitude, and 1 Carpet of Flowers. So my opponent keeps his 7. No, actually, he mulligans to 6. I get this hand. It's a, yeah, that's fine. Ritual tutors and pass in flames. It's, yeah, no, it's good hand. If a bit sort of heavy on the setup, like, you know, we're not there anytime within the first 2 turns, I would imagine. We need a Brainstorm or like a Lines at Diamond and a Dark Ritual or something, but Okay, so I mean, and here my opponent goes on Arid Mesa, and like before we only ever saw Island and top, so he could have been potentially a combo deck, but this pretty much nails it as far as being miracles. Draw another therapy, and like especially with having two therapies, I think the right call right now is to go therapy for counterbalance. And we hit, which is really awesome. He doesn't have the second land, but okay, and he doesn't have a force, but he has a Flusterstorm and counterspell and a Snapcaster Mage for later. Okay, so the most significant card here is Flusterstorm at the moment. So feel vindicated for blind therapying there. And oh, he drew a land, so excellent. Now his counterspell is live or his Flusterstorm. We draw a Brainstorm. And we lead on it. We don't play the land because we're actually okay with him using one of his counterspells to take the Brainstorm. But he doesn't. We put back one of our tutors because we have Tutor and Past in Flames, so we don't need another tutor and one of the cantrips. And we want to fetch out. Here we're like, we want to be pondering, I think, so we want the blue source. We also wanted to shuffle the top away so we could just lead on Island. And here we want either Tropical or Volcanic. And Tropical for all our sideboard haymakers, and Abrupt Decay to protect against counterbalances in Past in Flames, because red from the Volcanic to get the Past in Flames. But I end up taking the Tropical, pondering, and this is not a great ponder, but at the same time we get our red mana from the Badlands, and so we'll draw that, and then next turn we'll draw the Brainstorm, and yeah, no, that's fine. Now my opponent is representing both Flusterstorm and Counterspell. Flusterstorm, and then the following turn Snapcaster into Flusterstorm. Happy days. So I Brainstorm with, I use the Underground Sea in case I draw like a Xantid Swarm. I don't. I draw another tutor. So yeah, I want to put back the Petal and the Tendrils, and then tutor to shuffle and get another Cabal Ritual. I think that's the correct play here. Do that. That resolves. My opponent doesn't do anything. Okay, so he Brainstorms. So he's pretty set on protection. I don't want him finding like a counterbalance or like a hate bear or something. Okay, so this is not bad. So you have the choice of just making some goblins, putting them to the test. We don't. If we had a second red source, we could sort of go through the graveyard with Past in Flames. But we don't. And I need to get his Flusterstorm out. Okay, so I'll lead on a ritual. I'm making goblins. I'm set on that. Basically, I can't lead on therapy because I need the red mana for the MT, and I need the black mana for the ritual from the Underground Sea. Also, like if I lead on therapy and then I can only take one of his counterspells. Okay, so this is a bit of a gamble, but I'm pretty confident he won't want to waste, quote unquote, a counterspell or a Flusterstorm on the, well, the Flusterstorm is not going to make sense because I can just pay for it, but okay, so I think it might be correct to counterspell here, but I guess that's easy. It's a bit hard for him or it's hard to gauge from you on the other side. You don't know my hand. He lets it resolve anyway, so I then go with Therapy, and after some deliberation, like he fetches, but then just I think lets it resolve. Yeah, I think he considers counterspelling it, but I name Flusterstorm, and he doesn't have anything else in his hand. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because he can Snapcaster Flusterstorm. But as you see, I'm gonna be leaving up enough mana to pay. So it's a bit unfortunate that Storm is only 3. I suppose I could have tutored for the 3rd Cabal Ritual, but that opens me up to him Snapcaster and Flusterstorm, I think. Where does that leave us? So we had 5 mana. We had 4 mana after therapying with 2 open lands, so that's 6. And we have 4. And then we have 2 because he Flusterstorms. I think that might have been the correct play, but as it is, I just end up making 8 goblins, which might seem a bit weak, but he is not, like, he didn't see Empty the Warrens in game 1. The chances of him having like a random engineered explosives or a terminus on top or something are pretty small. So I think a lot of the time 8 goblins will get us there from where we are right now. So he fetches and he wants to dig. Go right ahead. Still requires some setup. He needs to hit like Brainstorm and Terminus, ideally, if he even still has Terminus. Nope, he Brainstorms, so he plays a top. And he just passes. Oh, I have to click for these. Annoying. So, no blocks, down to 8. So I'll look with the top. Looking for a way out. Fetch. Tells me he's not finding it. Yep. I'm not brainstorming here. I'm not really in a hurry to do. Like I kind of want to be saving up cards in hand in case he actually does find resources to a way out against the goblins. Okay, this is Flusterstorm and the graveyard got delved away. He's just digging furiously. Now he's down to 8 life. He has a Snapcaster and he snaps to get Brainstorm, I guess, yeah. Just get in there. Suppose I could have therapied, flashback therapy, but I just want to be trucking in with as many goblins as possible. Go to Ponder. Draw a Decay. In case he... Oh no, I decided to shuffle. Yeah, I suppose I don't really need the Decay. He looks one last time. Well, 1 second the last time. Then looks for one last time. And concedes. So I think here in game 2 that it was a little bit on the loose side, making the 8 goblins. I think I could have played better. But I mean, what I don't want is to get to a point where like I mean, once I have enough black mana to make empty, I don't want to get to a low count of black mana for him to, and then for him to just like counterspell my last ritual and then not be able to actually make any goblins. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.